Hello there. It's the 4th of July, and you probably won't see this until the 5th or some other time, but yesterday's painting was my sunset through the forest, or through the trees, or some variation on that theme, and I thought I would share that with you today. This is what that looks like dry. And that inspired me to think that it would be nice to try and imitate some of the effects that we created in this painting with a fireworks display, which I'm not sure I can get away with, but I'm more than willing to try. I'm going to get back up here again and reduce the size of this frame and make sure we're focused. And then we're just going to do another swipe. But it's going to be as specific as I can make it. And I think I liked starting in the middle yesterday. I think I also liked going vertical. Not that I will completely, but why not? I don't think I really have gone totally vertical any time yet, so I'll just amuse myself making patterns with paint until such a time as we get a chance to swipe. And I'm just gonna, maybe I can actually spatula some of these things down a little flatter. I'll show you my spatula in a minute if you haven't seen it before. I'm liking the idea of the red. I have a really excellent color around here somewhere. There we go. This magenta. Magenta is usually my biggest investment because I buy a golden magenta in a fluid art. Oh, come on now. You know you're going to come out for me. It looks a lot like the purple next to it, but that's okay because I'm really enjoying that color. I think I want to add a little bit of white pearl, and I think I want to add some yellow. I don't really necessarily want the yellow to be in with the blue, but it looks like that's where it wants to go anyway. But I think I'm going to add more than a little, because those are the colors I'd like to see in my fireworks display. Now my idea is that if I start at the top with some black and only go so far, I think I'm going to just have to spread some black up there. And I guess it doesn't matter to me whether it has colors on it or not. I'm going to use my spatula for that. And I'm going to leave that handy because we may be using that again shortly. This is my Good Grip spatula. I love this because it does a magnificent job of covering a canvas in a nice, smooth, even flow of paint with very few weird marks. Don't belong there. I may or may not have used too much there. I'm kind of used to spreading paint to wet a canvas, but I'm just going to keep, oop, I don't want that. It's not going to make any difference. It really isn't, because I intend on putting something that's going to be the equivalent of fireworks up there, I hope. Now, since I have all that, I think I'm just going to go down here and wipe off my excess and maybe swivel it around. So I just don't want any canvas showing, just on the off chance that something's left out. But I don't think we're going to worry about it. It's pretty hot out here today, and paint may set up quickly, but paint refreshes paint. So even if it's getting a little bit on the tacky side, if it's not completely dry, and even if it's just fresh, we have a very good chance of resuscitating whatever. I kind of like the idea of black sky above, fireworks raining down, and potentially water underneath, which makes me want to throw some blue in there. But if it's a night sky, there's not going to be any blue sky reflecting, so that would just be dumb. Never mind. Changed my mind. But that being said, I kind of want to see if I've got my pearl handy and what will happen. Ooh, we need to make some more of that. What will happen if I just throw some reflections in there? I want to just go up there and do that again. Red, I think. Red, even though it's odd. And I have no idea, because we're making, I'm making a painting to make a painting, basically. And sometimes I feel bad about destroying them, but it's all in my investigation and adventure. And I've learned if I want to do that, I can do that. And maybe someday I will. I really do like my little patterns on the way to patterns. Even when they're not specifically logically oriented. I want some white in there, but I'm not sure that white is what I'm really after. And because I'm not completely covered, I'm a little trepidatious about adding way too much paint, but I'm also going to use a swipe color, which, you know what, I just want that everywhere. And not only do I want that everywhere, but I'm just going to go out on a limb and add my my color shift turquoise because I love it so much. I just can't get enough of this stuff. I love turquoise. It reminds me of the color, well, Lorimar's actually. I was going to say Lorimar, but Lorimar's a lot lighter than that. I didn't add any gold, and we should. Maybe as next to the swipe color. And green gold. Oh, we have that fly again. I hope he comes up and gets his feet wet again. That would be cool. Yep, we're just going for all the colors in the rainbow. And that makes me want to throw some darker blue in there, but I don't know that that's going to make any difference. Now I definitely have plenty of color. So, maybe get some of these out of here. Throw the black spatula, black painted spatula in the bucket. And contemplate on what I want to do. You know what I really want to do? I haven't done it. I'm going to take some blue. And I'm going to play with it. I'm going to try it as a swipe color. I'm going to mix a couple of them, actually. And if it doesn't work, something will. So, now, I didn't put any colors in my sky yet, and I'm kind of figuring I can go back and do that afterwards. This is a sort of damp cloth. Maybe not as damp as I'd like it to be. So I'm going to add some more water and wring it out. And those are my swipe colors. I have said, declared, what am I missing? I want some darker orange in there because I like it and it needs that pop. We're making fireworks. Yes, we are. Haha, I hope. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to dip it as best I can in flat, let it rest there, pull it down a little toward the black. Yeah, I should have switched that around. Okay, well I don't care because I might use that side anyway. So let's go up this way. Oh, we got a little wave in there. I don't think I care. You know what? I'm just going to drag that all the way over that black and see what happens because I always wanted to and I just thought of that right now and that's okay with me. And I'm just that strange. And that's fine. Now I have enough paint on this rag, I think, at this exact moment. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I think it'll all come out in the wash, don't worry. And I am going to take the paint on the other side and utilize that too. And hopefully, we're mostly covered. Yes, we are. We're mostly covered. And as paint drips down from the top, as it will, a little bit at a time, if paint is below it, it will also lead other paint. So now what I want to do here is take, what do I want to do here? I want to take the painted part of this, which is going to maybe work and maybe not. Well, you know what? I'm just going to do it and see what happens. And then I'm going to go in there and try some other stuff and hope that it works. Because we don't know yet. That was supposed to be my water, but that's not turning out how this is, that's not how this is turning out. So that's okay. We will survive. I didn't put any green in there, and even though I'm not a huge fan of green, I like what green does to other things. Makes them pop. I like this. I think if I put a little gold in, I still still have to find that smaller rag, and I want some of my turquoise right here with that. Don't ask me why. Oh, that's why. Cool. Looking pretty good. Now I'm expecting that these colors will sort of spread out a little, and that we're going to be able to play with my skewer, hopefully. And here's my yesterday's small rag, which is actually not that small. That might be in your way. And I'm going to fold that into itself and roll it down so I have a little handle to hang on to. And then I'm going to do whatever I want. And what's a color like that color? And hopefully we can keep some of these colors without going muddy. And I can always run my skewer around, and I want a new rag. I do not want to muddy that. I had a whole batch of them here, and I will use whatever's handy, and this is it. So, and then I will probably go back, because I can. Yep, I'm not minding that. So far, so good. So whatever this is, as long as I have a little floppy. That's cool. I'm good. That's a sky full of fireworks, all right. Okay, well, that rag's going in the bucket, and I'm going to have a look at this and see what I want to do. And probably let some black paint go down over the end, because it might still, at this point, lead some other paint around. Just running a bead along the edge, and then using my finger to rub it in. And it's better than it was a moment ago, so that's good. So now I didn't get my water, but I do have colors up there, and I'm thinking that we can do all kinds of stuff, starting with that. Let's pull that right back down here again. Part of me desperately wants to Rain-X this because it will make such nice little cells everywhere. But until we've had a chance to really play for a minute, that might be a waste. I like this, but it's too dark up there, so I'm going to allow myself the pleasure of adding some stuff wherever I feel like it. And I don't know if I want to blow that. That always sounds so weird. If I like the way that looks, I'll add more. That's my plan anyway. So, since I do like the way pulling something up through goes, wow, I really didn't get any of the black I expected in there, which makes me want to add black in a big way. I'm not sure how good of an idea that is, and I can't really, if I'd stopped before I did the top, I could have let everything drip down. So I'm just going to try and stay in something of a straight line with my black, because I'm really surprised that that didn't come through, but maybe it's the amount of paint, you know? And that's where I wanted my water, so I'm just going to be irreverent as a son of a gun and see what happens when I do what I'm doing now. And that may or may not work. But I suppose given any luck at all, the tubing may break it up, and if that doesn't work, see what happens when I just run the edge of my spatula across there and dab some stuff I picked up. Paint is drying really fast, just like I thought it would. Maybe a little faster than that. Let's see what happens. I'm going to take advantage of my spatula. There's a lot of paint there. I think I really like spatulaing my colors down flat. It just seems to work out more often. That way. I thought this was going to be a good idea, but I'm not as sure of myself right now as I was. But I'm liking how that's working. Even so much so, I'm going to add some more color in there. And I've never tried that before, so, you know, this is just the same as everything else. It's time to try something new. I suppose I could put some white in there, but I don't know how many white lights there are on a night with fireworks anyway, so maybe I'm not going to worry about that right now. I would like that to be a straight line. And I think I'm going to start wiping off my skewer. I never did use the torch yet, and I want some of that paint right over there, and that's exactly what I wanted to do with that. By adding that skewer in a big stroke, I blobbed paint right exactly where I needed it. I am so tempted. I'm not just tempted, I'm really tempted. I kind of want, because I think of fireworks as shimmering white fire, I want to see what that's going to do. And maybe the same down here. It's a because we can moment. I don't mind that. I think a couple more of those isn't going to hurt my feelings a bit. We have 1 minute left. So I think what I'm going to do is whip out my Rain-X and hope that it works that quick. I know it will work that quick. But that's what I want to do. So here it comes. Rain-X original formula. From the fans are behind me that way, so I'm going this way. Ready? And that's what I wanted. I wanted that little tiny cell effect. Kind of want a little more up there. Maybe don't. Just one. Just one. And I will see you in the next video. Don't forget I have a Patreon link for anybody who wants to contribute on a regular monthly basis, and a PayPal link in case you want to help me that way briefly. I have no other income. This is it until I do something more constructive with my time, and I love sharing with you guys, but I can only do it as long as I can afford to do it, and I will do that as long as possible. And I want to use the same effect with the white, with the black down here as I did. There may be a few changes before you see this again, but I got pretty close to what I wanted. And I'm not unhappy with that. And that's your signal to say goodbye, and so is mine. So Priscilla out, and really, I'm not